Thank you for RVing Lifestyle Ambassadors for joining us today for our webinar. We're Mike and Betty Gill, your ambassador coaches, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. And man, what an interesting couple of weeks it's been. And we definitely hope this finds each of you safe from the issues associated with the coronavirus. And our thoughts and prayers go out to all of those that are. And you're probably like us right now. We've kind of put our traveling on hold, and we are located at our home base in Louisiana. So we're thrilled to be here with you today. Let me just give you an idea of what our topics are going to be today. We've had a lot of questions on commercial advertising, and we're going to be discussing that today. The commercial advertising options that are RV related businesses that's available out there to advertise with Workamper News. And then we're also going to talk about something that just came up recently about the importance of ambassadors being members of Workamper News. And then we've got ordering information for the A-frame and the magnetic door signs that several of you have been asking us about. So it's our hope that each of you take away some tips and tricks that's going to assist you in your ambassador life. And while I'm thinking about it, don't forget to utilize our special RVing Network Facebook page. It is very important, and it was created for each of you to share your successes and suggestions as you travel this great USA as RVing Lifestyle Ambassadors. We're very privileged today to have joining us our own Dana Rose. Hey, Dana. Dana is our Workamper News Chief Operations Officer, and she's also our liaison for the ambassadors. Any questions, be sure and to give her a call at the home office. We're also very excited today to have with us our Executive Director of Workamper News, Jody Anderson Duquette. Hey, Jody. Good to have you. If you happen to have any questions while the webinar is in process, please post them in the area on your screen, and we'll address them at the close of the presentation. And as always, today's webinar will be recorded and available for your future viewing. Now, you will receive an email notifying you of the link to the recording on YouTube. So Jody, thanks again for joining us today to educate us on commercial advertising options and the importance of being Workamper News members. So take it away.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks everybody for being on. And so let's talk about commercial advertising, as it is just one of the avenues that you have as an ambassador for earning some additional income. So I have the RVing Network website pulled up here for you guys to check out. And so as far as commercial advertising goes, you guys can earn 25% of the first ad that's ran by the entity, and then 10% on renewals after that. So let's talk about entities that can do commercial advertising. So commercial advertising includes businesses that would benefit being put in front of an RVing audience. So typically businesses that offer products or services directed at RVers, campers, that kind of thing. So I'm going on the RVing Network website here, and I'm going to the advertising materials section, because in this section we have what's called the Workamper News Media Kit. And this PDF file or booklet, if you have the physical copy, is all of the information on the commercial advertising options. So please pull this up on your computer, your device, read through all of it. We encourage you guys to look at all of the advertising media that we've provided, whether you have the physical copy or just on the website, and actually read through all of it so you can have a better idea of what it says, what's in it, and just try to have a better understanding of what is available and what's being advertised in these things. So now I made these things, so I know they're a little wordy. I tend to be a little wordy. If you guys have ever got an email from me, you totally understand and are familiar with that. So you might look at this and be like, holy smokes, there's a lot in here. But, you know, just take out a little bit at a time. And then hopefully today we'll, you know, go over some of it so you have a little more familiarity. So with Workamper News, workamper.com, the main advertising avenues that we have are our bi-monthly magazine and our online hotline system, which is email mostly, and then also our main website, workamper.com. So we have kind of those avenues to offer up to entities that want to get in front of RVers. So in our packet here on the second page of the booklet that I call it, it's just general information about Workamper News and who our members are. So businesses can have an idea of who our audience is, of the type of people they would be reaching. And then just a little bit about, you know, Workamper News's history. Okay, so let's dive into print advertising. So hopefully most of you guys have either seen a physical copy of our magazine or at least seen the PDF version on the website. So we do 6 issues a year. We're a bi-monthly publication, and our website is physically printed, mailed out to a certain number of our members who still have elected to receive mail. But the majority of folks do look at the magazine on the website. So we take the magazine, it's exactly the same as the print version, and we put it on our website in our archive, which for those of you who maybe haven't been on our website for a while, looks like this. So on the online magazine archive on workamper.com for members, they can access all the past issues all the way back to 2006. So there's about 70 or so issues in here at this time. So if you are a company that's going to run an ad in our magazine, it's going to be on our website forever and ever and ever, as long as we have a website. We'll always have our magazine archive on our website. We don't have any plans at this time to even consider removing it at this point. So when you do advertise in our magazine, it is a long-term, widespread opportunity. Because like I said, the PDF is going to be here on the website for members to view for years to come. That physical copy gets passed out quite a bit. Any of you who've received the physical copies, maybe you recall, you know, sharing your issue with a friend or family member or another camper that you interacted with. So it's not like only our members are viewing our magazine, because we know the magazine, the physical copy, gets passed around. We do mail the physical copy to our employer members as well. So there's a lot of business entities out there as well receiving this issue. Maybe they're leaving it in the, you know, little magazine mill around section of the campground office or the activities room or whatever. So you really just never know. It's hard to say exactly what our readership is of our magazine, because we know it gets distributed around quite a bit. But with the commercial advertising options in the issue, we would like to encourage advertisers to utilize display advertising. And when I talk about display advertising, let me pull up some examples. So here's the PDF online version of the current issue of the magazine. And so if I go right to the second page here, this is a full page display ad. Now this ad specifically is a help wanted ad ran by an employer. And so we're not talking about help wanted advertising. The commissions that ambassadors can earn are off of commercial advertising, not help wanted. So if I click to go to, let's see, I know, oh, let's see. I'm trying to remember who's in this issue. I know Camco's in this issue, but they just did a smaller ad this issue, and I forget what page it's on. Okay, regardless, these are still the ad types that you guys can sell. Full page display ad. Here's our back cover. We sell this back cover ad space as well. I have about 2 more issues, this ad spot available for this year. Oftentimes the back cover space gets sold out like a year in advance. But I do have a couple spots as AGS decided to change up their schedule a little bit this year. So full page display ads allow companies to do graphics, text, plenty of room for contact information, things like that. So it's much more grabby than maybe just a paragraph of text or a classified ad. So it can draw a lot more attention. Our back cover and full page display ads are gonna, offer the most real estate and space for non-employers, for the company to share about what their resources are, what they're selling, things like that. But this kind of just gives you an idea of what a couple look like. So here's the Roadmaster ad. So this ad specifically is an example of a commercial ad. So Roadmaster, as many of you guys know, offers some really great products to assist with towing a vehicle behind your RV and a number of other things. So this is a full page display ad in the magazine. So if we look back at our booklet, our media kit, so a full page ad then is 7.5 by 10, or, well, I won't get into designing stuff. That's not as important. You guys don't have to. If a prospect that you're talking to has questions about how to design their file and things like that, that's when you go, let me connect you with Jody, and she'll be glad to assist you with that part. Because I get that part, and it can be kind of confusing. So just try to have like a physical copy of the magazine, or you guys can save, like, let's pop back over to the online magazine page. If you right click on the text, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. If you right click on this text, you can save link as to your computer, and you can save the PDF file of the magazine to your computer or to your tablet or to your phone. So you can always have like a PDF version of a magazine with you, whether it's a physical copy or a digital copy. So you can always just pull up an issue of the magazine and be like, this is what this looks like, okay? And then, you'll have the booklet here, so you can be like, well, this big pretty ad, that's a full page ad, so that's gonna cost you $17.50 if you just do one issue, but if you schedule for more than one issue, we give you a price break. And this is pretty typical for most publications, is doing a price break. So if that advertiser, and even if they don't do it all at the same time, like, we usually are nice about it. So if Roadmaster came to us and they just scheduled to run in the March-April issue, then we would charge them the one issue price, $17.50. And then maybe a couple months go by and we follow up with them and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and we'll do the next issue too. We ran in March, April, let's go ahead and try May, June as well. At that point in time, I would give them the 2 to 5 issue price, making their ad cost only $16.50 for the issue. So even if they don't schedule all of the ads at one time, I'll still give them a price break if they run in consecutive issues. So that's kind of how that works a little bit. But obviously, the more issues they're in, the cheaper the ad becomes for them. But the prices that you do see here are per issue price. So a full page ad in one issue of the magazine is $17.50. If they schedule 2 to 5 issues, it's $16.50 per issue. So the March-April issue is $16.50. The May-June issue is $16.50, etc. So that's kind of how that works. Let me show you, Camco did kind of a quarter page ad. So here's a couple this is 2 half-page ads, Escapees and Woodalls. These are commercial ads as well. And then let's scroll up. I know Camco's at the end of there it is, help wanted ads. So this cutesy little ad here in the corner is from Camco. They're a consistent commercial advertiser with us. So this is an example of a quarter page display ad. So again, they've, got some cute stuff in there, kind of draws your attention, things like that. But we can do what we call a plain text print ad for companies as well. And that's what the majority of the help wanted ads are in each issue. So if you see up here above the Camco ad, these are what a plain text ad would look like. So when we look at our pricing guide, it talks about plain text ads over here, and we can do that. I don't know that we've actually had anybody do that. So I wouldn't encourage it, but if like they want to try it out, but don't want to jump in with a display ad, then we do have that text ad option that we can work into the issue for them. So yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about working in the magazine there. So again, good exposure. You know, Workamper News, we started out as a publication, so I feel like we're pretty well known for our magazine, and that's a thing that we do. And there's not a lot of entities that still are publishing like that, so I feel like we kind of stand out a little bit because we do that. So hopefully, you know, it's something that an advertiser would be interested in. And if you don't have a physical copy of the magazine with you, but the entity that you're talking to wants to see one, then just send us an email. You can send directly to Dana or just to support@workamper.com. That way it comes to our office, and just be like, hey, Workamper News, can you guys please send a copy to these people? They want to see what it looks like, and we can do that for you. We're happy to do that for you. So if you don't happen to have one yourself to give them, we can do that. And then also Dana wanted us to mention too, if you guys do want to purchase some copies of the magazine, well, purchase is just the shipping cost. So Dana said we have quite a few extra copies of back issues available. So if you ambassadors do want to acquire some copies of the magazine to be able to pass out, then just shoot Dana an email or call up to the office, and she can get with you on quantity, how much you want, where to send it, things like that. We just ask that you guys will pay the shipping to cover that cost for us. So that is an option. Okay, all right. So we talked about print advertising. Let's get into website advertising a little bit. So this page in the booklet just kind of gives an overview a little bit about our website. I have some of our website stats over here, impression and duration and stuff. I don't know, I just ask the programmers and they tell me what the numbers are. So, but our stats are pretty good as far as internet standards go and things like that. We get pretty good traffic to our website. So there's kind of some information on there. Oh, and something I, didn't mention too is, we handle all of the payment and stuff. So like, if you guys can just sell the ad and kind of get the ball rolling for people, then we, handle the scheduling of the ad, making sure the ad file looks good, and making sure that we get paid for it, which then allows you to get paid for it. So you just need to basically convince them that Workamper News is awesome and they should advertise with us, and then we'll kind of do like the back end stuff and make sure things are taken care of. So the commission payout would come once the ad is run and paid for. Typically, like with the display advertising, usually we try to get all advertisers to pay at least for their first ad with a credit card, but sometimes with display advertising, when we're getting over $1,000, like sometimes companies just they have a certain billing procedure they have to follow. So, we'll be cool with that and kind of go with it. So it could be that we may not get the invoice for that ad paid until the issue is published. So like right now we're working on our May-June issue that's going to come out in late April. So if we can get an ad scheduled in the next month or two, we still may not even get payment until the end of April or even into May once that is published. So it could be a longer period of time before you're seeing that commission coming to you. So just keep that in mind with the print advertising. Sometimes it kind of draws out the payment process a little bit. But with like website and the hotline email advertising that we'll talk about, that should happen a little bit quicker. So again, traffic's pretty good to the website. We just have a couple options on our website, and that's just with banner ads. So this page in the booklet talks about a couple of the different zones that are available for banner ads. So let's pop over to the website here. So this is workamper.com. I've logged in as a diamond member. So this is this is the dashboard of workamper.com. So the main banner zone that we have is this one right here, where it says leave ordinary days behind, start here. So that's a banner ad. That's a banner ad that Workamper News has created and has on the website. But this zone has multiple ads running within that zone. It's basically like a box, and there's multiple banners that hang out in this box. And every time a user either refreshes the page or clicks to another page, it changes, or it's supposed to. We utilize a service, so there, it just switched, and now it's a banner for the Workamper Show podcast. So every time you click around, this banner spot changes. And we do have some employers that advertise in this space as well, but we can just as easily put a commercial entity advertising in this spot. So it is frequently changing as people are clicking around the website. So this zone appears on every page of, pretty much every page of the website. Like if I click over to the online magazine page, we have it down there. So it kind of follows people around. And something that I kind of take pride in with our website is the content that's on our website, like we have consciously put on our website. We don't utilize any filler ads or like the Google ads or whatever. Like, you know, when you guys go to a website and there's like kind of text and boxes or stuff around that looks not quite like it's meant to be there. And maybe the text is like for a lamp, or like maybe you were searching light fixtures the other day because you needed a new light fixture in your house, and now sometimes you go to a website that's about like, cat trees. I'm looking at my cats right now. Cat furniture, and then all of a sudden you're on this cat furniture website, but then there's like banner ads for something totally random that you were Googling last week. Okay, those are like filler ads. People put those ads on their website trying to generate income, and I don't like them. I think they're messy. They look bad. Sometimes they can be fraudulent. Like you don't know what you're clicking on. So we don't have that. So what's on workamper.com is banner ads that were consciously made. They're have something to do with the RV lifestyle, and oftentimes it's even just something that Workamper News is doing, or it's an employer, or it's a roadmaster or some kind of entity that's like legit within the industry. So it's a good place to be if a commercial advertiser wants to run a banner. Like they're not going to be in heavy competition with others. We really don't have that many banners running, and again, it's not going to be competing with random other things that people were Googling last week. So, all right, so we have the banner spot that is on basically every page of the website. And then also the Hotline Jobs page is one of our higher visited pages on our site. And that's why it takes a minute to load here. So the Hotline Jobs website page that you guys see here is all of the hotline ads from the last 14 days that were submitted. So our diamond and platinum level members have access to this page. And on this page, you can, if you're looking for a specific job in a specific state, you can do that up here. You can do keyword searches. You can look for ads that were published on a certain day, things like that. But as you guys will see, here's this banner spot again, leave ordinary days behind. So that again is a banner zone. So if an entity wanted to be on our most popular page, then the hotline page is good for that. And I refreshed it to see if it would give us a different banner this time. No, we don't have a lot of banners in rotation right now, so it kind of stays heavy on a couple of them. But this zone on the hotline page is particularly good because as you guys see, when this page loaded, you can see the banner right there. You don't have to scroll down or move the page around to see it. So this banner is what is called, it's above the fold. So that means you don't have to move the page at all to see it. The other banner that we were just talking about before is on pretty much every page of our website, but look how much I'm having to scroll on this page. But I mean, this page is extra long because it's, happy hotline time. Okay, we're still going. We're still going. This was a bad page to scroll down and give you an example on, but we're already committed. So, okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Oh, okay. And I guess, all right. So the banner is actually not on this page. So this was a really bad page to give you guys as an example. Okay. All right. So on the Hotline Jobs page, there's only that one zone. Okay. But like on other pages of the site, Let's try to redeem myself here. Okay, so here's our home page. As you can see, the other banner zone, I got to scroll a little bit to get to it, but here it is, where it says your adventure starts here. Oh, and now the graphic is changing. So the main banner, sorry guys, I feel like this is so confusing. Okay, main site, big rectangle. That is this guy here. That's on the home page. That's on a lot of the pages of our website, not the Hotline Jobs page, but a lot of the pages of our website. Okay, so that's the main site, big rectangle. The Hotline Jobs page, big rectangle at the top, is the one we were looking at a minute ago, where, like I said, it's above the fold. You come to the page, bam, it's there. Nobody has to scroll to see it. Okay, and again, high traffic page of our website. So that's the benefit of that Hotline Jobs one. Okay, so those are kind of the two of that longer rectangle option. And then if we look back here, the Saco River banner that's showing on the page now, it's actually what's called an animated GIF or GIF, however you like to say that. So an advertiser, they can either make it to be one static panel, or they can do up to, we try to limit it to 3 slides. If you get into rotating more, then it's just too many. So, you know, this employer in this case had quite a bit of information to share and multiple photos. So we were able to build it into a kind of a 3-part slide that just kind of nicely rotates. And at any point in time when you click on the banner, it opens up and goes to their website, no matter what slide is showing. So that's how that works. And we can build the banners for the entities as well as display print ads or whatever. Like we offer design service. It's either myself or my husband Luke usually doing the design of it. So if the entity doesn't like have a department for that or isn't able to do that themselves, then we can work with them on that. Typically we charge about $50 an hour for design time. And the entity just has to send us like the text they want, any images, logos, things like that. And typically it might be an hour or 2 to design something. It really doesn't take very long. So, you know, if they went off and used some marketing advertising service somewhere, they're going to pay about a similar price. So our hourly rate really is pretty similar to others. So we can design it for them if need be. So don't let that be a hurdle keeping them from advertising with us. Okay, so those are the 2 long wide banners. And then as we see on our page here, there's one more option, member dashboard square on the side. So if we go back to workamper.com and we go back to our dashboard, then I will show you where that square resides. And this one, the member dashboard, it is a cheaper banner ad because there's not as much traffic to this page. There's still traffic because anytime a member logs in, they're taken right to their dashboard. And as you guys can see from your dashboard is basically your link to all the different tools and stuff of your membership. So it is a heavily used page just by our logged in members. But here on this page in the bottom left, it says Adventure More. And then it says learn more in this blue box down here. That's the member dashboard banner spot. So it's smaller, more square, hangs out down here on the dashboard. This pretty banner up here, that's Yellowstone General Stores right now, that's our featured employers. And that's always there, and we don't integrate anything other than our featured employers in that spot. So that spot isn't available for commercial advertisers. It's just this spot down here that says Adventure More below this create your little resume spot. So that is this member dashboard there on the side spot. So a little smaller and a little less of a high traffic spot, which is why it's cheaper. So $150 a month or $400 a month for a banner spot. They just submit it, we get it running, and at the end of the month, we can send them the statistics, how many times the ad showed up on the website and how many times somebody clicked on their banner ad to then learn more, go to their website, etc. The entity can use whatever link they want. Somebody clicks on the banner, where does the commercial entity want that person to go? you know, they can dictate that wherever they want it to go on their website. Okay, one more option here is our hotline email advertising. If you guys don't know what the hotline is, oh boy, we got bigger problems. I'm just being silly. All right, so maybe even more so what we're known for now, possibly, is our hotline. So the hotline is work camping job listings, and we have, you know, that website page we were looking at, but the biggest boom and even what sets us apart in the work camping world is the fact that we take those hotline help wanted ads and email them out to members, to work campers. And that hotline email goes out every weekday, unless it's like a holiday. So we usually, it doesn't get sent like Thanksgiving, Christmas Day, things like that. So there's a few days, but I don't, in 14 years here, I don't think there's ever been a day where there was no hotline ads and we didn't send the hotline out. Like, that doesn't happen. So anyway, if it doesn't go, there's either been a technical disaster or it's a holiday. Anyway, okay, so the hotline email right now goes out to about 47,000 recipients, but that's kind of hard to gauge because I know people have forwards set up and forwards to their friends and, you know, all kinds of stuff. So that's just kind of a general idea of how many folks that we send that out to. And again, it goes out every weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Typical open rate of our hotline email is 28%, which is on the high end of the internet average. So we get a pretty good open rate of our hotline. And even the tracking system for opening isn't a surefire thing anyway, because every email provider has their stuff set up differently. So whether or not an email appears as read or opened is not always a sure thing. Like it doesn't track that super duper well. Anyway, okay. So the options available then with the hotline are within the email. So an advertiser can utilize the format of our hotline email and run some ads in there. So let me pull up what that looks like. Okay, so here's yesterday's hotline email. So available banner spots are like up here, leave ordinary days behind. I think we've seen that. I'm kind of familiar with that one. So and an entity is obviously welcome to do that as well. And what I mean by that is multiple options. So for our Leave Ordinary Days Behind product, which is the Dreamer's Journey online course and community that's now available. So it's kind of a multi-part effect. So we're running ads in the magazine. We obviously saw that banner on workamper.com in both the main rectangle and the Hotline Jobs page. And now we're seeing it here in the hotline as well. So obviously commercial entities are welcome to utilize multiple avenues to jump up and down in front of people and say, I'm here, buy from me, you know, kind of thing. And that's really encouraged. Like marketing people say it takes anywhere from 7 to 13 touches to get a prospect to actually recognize you and what you're doing and what you're saying. So the more you are putting yourself in front of people in a variety of avenues, then the better your marketing strategy and hopefully your success is going to be. So entities can do this top spot here, the Leave Ordinary Days Behind spot, or in our sidebar, which is off to the right over here, where there's this small banner here, earn free membership referral program. So that's a small size banner. Then we have one here advertising the March-April issue. So that's a kind of the medium size. And we don't really have an example of a super tall one. This is a glossary that's just always there. But here's some other kind of ad examples that we have running at the moment. So if you do get a commercial advertiser to do a sidebar banner ad like that, we would put that above all this other stuff. So right now the banners that are hanging out in the hotline, like Workamper News has put those in there. So if we had someone who was paying to run a banner ad in there, it would go above all the other stuff, okay? If we did have multiple commercial entities running ads at one time, then we would go back to, like we do talk about, there's this box here, run your small, medium, or large ad in the top spot of the hotline email sidebar. If we do have multiple commercial entities running ads at the same time, then we would activate that fee. If you want at the top, we're going to put you at the top. Otherwise, we'll probably follow like a first come, first serve, like, you know, ABC company submitted March 15th, so they're here, and then XYZ company came in March 21st, so we're going to put them below them because they actually came in first. That's probably how we'd end up doing it if someone wasn't paying for that top spot. So with the hotline email, it's a per week cost. So per week then means 5 times it is sent, because the email goes out 5 times during the week. So that banner ad would go out in the email 5 times in a week. So that's kind of what the cost is. With this one, I think, yeah, we should still be able to do the animated. If an entity wanted to have multiple slides in their banner, so it changed, we can do that here. That would be just fine. Or like all the ones that are in there now are just a static one image and it doesn't change. But it's all clickable. So if I click on the Leave Ordinary Days Behind banner, oh, you can't see it, but it's opening up my, I clicked on it, and so it went, oh, it opened in a different window. Sorry. Okay, hold on. I clicked on the banner and it went here. Sorry, you couldn't see that happen because of how I'm sharing my screen, but so I clicked on this banner and it immediately opened this website. So the banners are active within the email. When someone clicks on it, it takes them to wherever that advertising entity wants them to go. Okay, so multiple options available here in the email. So if we pop back to our PDF here, and so you kind of see that replicated there in the side, the different gray squares of the zones. So hopefully looking at this and now looking at the real life example kind of gives you guys a better idea of like how this stuff actually looks and how it's actually integrated. So yeah, multiple options available for commercial entities. Again, usually it's a product that RVers would want to use or a service. If you yourself are like an RV inspector or a mobile RV tech or something, you yourself can advertise as a commercial entity with Workamper News. You can't earn, if you're an ambassador and you're running ads for your personal business, you're not going to earn an ambassador commission on ads run by your own company. So sorry, like that's not going to work out. But obviously you are welcome to run ads if you wanted to advertise a service that you're doing to RVers that are out there. So all right, so that's kind of an overview of things. If you guys have questions, I'm Jody at workamper.com in the office. I'm probably the most familiar with the commercial ad options on the staff, but any of the staff's happy to help you guys anytime with questions. So, okay, how'd we do? Does that make sense, Betty, Mike? Think we did okay?
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah. I'm ready to go read my material. You know, membership, she's gonna cover it.
Totally.
That is
totally.
quite, and it's, yes, thank you though, but that gives us a great overview of the importance of you and your staff and Luke that takes care of this, and also how important it is for us to take the time to look at all this information that we have access to, become familiarized with it, so that when we are out and visiting with these potential businesses, that number one, we've got our magazine with us, whether it's online or whether it's there in front of us, and the importance of being able to have that in our hands for that touchy-feely to show what they're actually getting. And you're right, Workamper News does an incredible job by doing that. Yes. Yeah. So thank you, Jody.
Nothing. Yeah, and it's just a lot. And something too, even if you are like campgrounds, because obviously a lot of us are going in and out of different campgrounds all the time. They can just advertise as a campground, like for normal guests. So even if that campground, maybe they're already an employer member and they're like, oh yeah, I already use Workamper News, to get my Workampers or whatever. And it's like, well, have you thought about advertising just your resort or your park as just to get more guests in? Because all Workampers are, well, 99.99% of Workampers are living in an RV and patronize campgrounds out there. So, it hasn't happened a lot in the past because we really haven't pushed for employers to think about using us as a general advertising resource either, just because we have so much information to overwhelm them with already. We try to keep them focused on the, employing Workampers part, but they're obviously very welcome, come stay at our resort. It's a beautiful place, why we're awesome, things like that. So that's something too, is you're, just encountering different RV parks and stuff out there. They may be interested in advertising this way as well.
Yeah, that's a great point to remember as we are out and about and visiting. Yes, definitely with them.
And Jody, also RV dealers. This is something Betty and I in the last month, where we've been trying to visit the RV dealers in Louisiana, and we brought it to their attention of all the Workampers and all the people that they can reach for as their dealership selling RVs and mainly servicing on their RVs. That we've been talking to them about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Another good avenue. Like you said, there's so many niches within our niche, our community, that we can reach out to and try to help. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. Okay.
And it's important, ambassadors, too, that as you come across situations and that you may have, of course, suggestions or some opportunities that you do come in touch with as you are out about and traveling, make sure that we communicate, that information through not only Jody but with us, so that if it's, we want to make sure that everybody gets the same opportunities.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Cool.
All right, you're gonna talk a moment about the importance of ambassadors being members of Workamper News.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. So we were looking the other day and discovered that about, a good portion of you ambassadors are current diamond or platinum members, but there's about, I think it was about 65 or so who don't have active memberships with Workamper News. So we are implementing the policy that to be an RV Lifestyle Ambassador, you need to be a gold, diamond, or platinum level member of Workamper News, workamper.com. So we just feel like it's important for you to have access to what you are selling. And if you're not a member and you haven't looked around on the website and stuff, you don't necessarily know what it is that you are selling or encouraging people to utilize, And that's something too, like even us at Workamper News, like myself and my parents, Stephen, Kathy, Joe, like, for years we're trying to help people learn about the RV lifestyle and things like that. And I never even slept in an RV. So for a while, I kind of felt like an imposter or whatnot. So eventually we were like, we got to do this. So, Luke and I have been RVing now, and my parents as well. We've been RV owners since about 2011, 2012. So, if you're going to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. At least you don't have to, but it sure makes for, it's just so much easier to talk about, when you've seen it, when you've experienced it, when you kind of understand it, etc. And so, we want you guys to be able to be like, well, I'm a member, I'm a diamond member of Workamper News. And, if you're looking for a job, like, check this out, pull up your phone, open up your email and go to your hotline email folder and just start scrolling through, like, look at all of these job listings. They come right to my email inbox. Isn't this super cool? Like, that's obviously a lot more dynamic than just being like, well, I think, let's see, they have like a magazine and I think like there's an email that they sent, I think. So anyway, like, we just want, we hope that our membership tools will be a benefit to you guys just in general as we're campers and RVers out there. But we just really want you to be a member so you can access what you are selling and better understand what you are selling. So what you guys can do to see what your membership status is, and we'll probably send an email out as well, those of you guys who just have maybe you had a membership but it expired, or you've only ever been a free member. We have a list, and we'll be emailing out to you guys about that. So, but to see yourself, so if you go to workamper.com, go to the login page, and we'll just, let's see. I gotta make sure I remember okay, because I'm using a test account and I don't remember the login off the top of my head. Okay, but so you go to workamper.com and go to the login page. And if you remember the email address that you used when you created your account, hopefully you do, and your password. If you don't remember your login password, there's this button over here on the right that says reset password if you've forgotten it. So click on that. It'll send an email to your email address and give you a link to reset your password so you can get logged in. So once you do log in, and let me get re-logged in here. Whoops. Okay, log in. Okay, so logging in takes you to the dashboard, which is the main portal for going to all the different tools of your membership. And here's, kind of the main ones. The Hotline Jobs is the top left, and the online magazine in the middle, resume builder, etc. But we're not worried about the tools right now. Up kind of in the right here is this blue button that says Manage Account. And if you click on that, it'll take you to this informational page where you can see like your name, your address, your phone, etc. And then in here is the membership info section. So if this says member type Workamper intro, then that means your paid membership has expired and you're just chilling as a free account now. Or if you just joined our website for free and never paid anything, that's the intro level as well. So if it says Workamper intro here on this page, we would like you to please click here to upgrade or renew your membership, and then go ahead and do either a gold, a diamond, or a platinum level. And just as a kind of a quick overview, not that anything I ever say is quick, but gold level is more like an introductory. So with the gold level membership, basically the main benefits are our article index and our media library, which is full of videos to help you learn about work camping, RVing, etc. And then you also have, you can receive the Hotline Jobs email, but the ads in that email are 7 days old, and you can't see the Hotline Jobs page on the website. You do have access to the magazine online, but it's just one issue. You can see one issue at a time. Now, as new issues come on board, it changes. So like right now, gold members can see the January, February 2020 issue because we just published March, April 2020. So you can see like one past issue. When we publish May, June, then you'll be able to see March, April when that happens. So but it's a one at a time kind of thing. So the gold membership is more for people who are like, I have a pretty good idea that I want to do this, but I need to learn more about it and get a better idea of the jobs that are out there, things like that. That's kind of what the gold level is for. The diamond level is for people who are like, I'm ready to find a job. I'm ready to, or at least in maybe like 6 months or so, I'm going to be ready to go. Because as we know, employers will often hire months in advance as they know work campers like to plan ahead. So even like, 6 to 8 months out, or, I'm in work camping. I just heard about this workamper.com thing. Let me in. That's where the diamond level is going to be really good. Because then you'll have access to all of the job listings. You'll get the daily hotline email will be the jobs posted today. So you'll get the newest job listings, first crack at them. Those will come to you via email. You get the resume builder tool, and then there's multiple courses in Workamper University and Workamper Academy, and just lots of really good content. So that's good for active work campers as well as work campers that are like, okay, time to get my resume going and really kind of do this thing. Okay, so that's really great for the diamond level. The platinum level is really good if you are a work camper and you have some work camping jobs under your belt. Because with the platinum level, when you add work history experiences to your resume, which I'll kind of pop into the resume tool and show you a smidge of what that looks like. You can request to have Workamper News verify that work history in your history section. So you worked for XYZ campground, summer 2017, you know, was employer Mr. Jones, whatever. Workamper News will call that XYZ campground and say, hey, did John Smith work for you from April 2017 to September 2017? Cool, okay, good. And are they a rehire or not a rehire? Okay, great. And so if we're able to verify the date, we'll check that it's verified. If the employer says that you're a rehire, we'll check that you're a rehire. And that takes place here in the resume builder tool in this history section. So you can add your past work camping jobs, and then there's a box to check for you to submit the request for Workamper News to verify it. So you're in essence creating verified references in your resume. And so when an employer pulls up your resume, they're like, oh, sweet, look, all this work is kind of done for me. They've already verified. I know these are legitimate references. So that's one benefit of the Platinum membership over the Diamond. The other benefit is the discounts that are available. If you're interested in taking NRVTA's week 1 RV maintenance course, you receive a discount on that as a Platinum member. Also, if you're interested in coming to the Workamper Rendezvous event that takes place in October in Heber Springs, Arkansas, you receive a discount as a Platinum member for that as well. And if you're interested in purchasing items within the Workamper News online store, like books and stuff, you get a discount on that as well. So the difference between Platinum and Diamond is the work history verification and discounts. Otherwise, all the other stuff is the same for Platinum versus Diamond. So we'd really love for you guys to be Gold, Diamond, Platinum, whichever makes the most sense for you as a work camper. So please hop on to workamper.com, go to that manage account page, see what your status is. And if you're not a Gold, Diamond, or Platinum, then please go in and get that taken care of so we can get that verified. So yeah, that's my
Jody, do me a favor. Don't send a presenter over to me because I just checked out RVing Network and you've already got everything set up. Can you go into RVing Network and let's show them the A-frame information? Mike and I had a PowerPoint prepared, but this is the awesome thing about having Jody right there on staff. I sent it to her this morning and she's already got the information out there.
Sure. Okay. All right. So we're good. Did you guys have anything about Workamper News membership, or I rambled on enough about that probably?
Well, you covered everything. You know, whenever we were at Rendezvous and they announced the Platinum, and we started out Gold members. When Workamper News went to Diamond, we immediately switched. And when we heard that it was Platinum, we switched to it. Whereas we've got jobs lined up probably for the next 3 years. So, you know, Platinum is probably not as important, but it was only $20 difference, and we want to be a part of the best if we're going to be ambassadors. And you know, whereas I sold insurance for 41 years, I would just hate to know that I walked next door with another company and bought my insurance, but I sold the insurance that I was representing. You know, and it's just important to be a part of the company that's being a part of us. You know, and that's all we want to say as coaches.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. All right. A-frame signs. So we've popped back over to the RVing Network website, as Mike and Betty told you guys here. So on our dashboard here is a bunch of different buttons. So in the bottom kind of left is A-frame sign order form. And actually, I thought I changed the name of that because it's not just the A-frame sign. You guys have I'll check on that. It's actually 2 different signs that you guys have here. So we'll get this page to load. So talk about, you guys, what you use your signs for and how it's going to how it benefits you and things like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Of course, when I was in insurance 41 years, I believed in billboards and signs, and All-Star Graphics, that has handled all our signs in the past 40 years, is still in business today in our local community. And when we went to Rendezvous and signed up for everything that you could sign up for, Workamper News, and then Ambassador came, I think, about a year after that. The first thing we did was went to All-Star Graphics and told them what we were doing, and they recommended the sandwich sign that we could take with us everywhere as we go, and put it out in front of our motorhome, and it advertised. Workamper News advertises what I'm an RV inspector, whereas I find myself doing a lot more tech work since I've taken more courses at NRVTA, which has been a blessing. And then Betty, my wife here, has added the doTERRA oils. And just recently, our son has decided he wants to be a traveling work camper, so he is doing RV detailing. So we have added that to our signs. And matter of fact, we had our signs on yesterday. We was out doing some detailing, and signs was on the side of our vehicle, and we got flagged down. I thought we were in trouble, and the guy says, what is this that y'all do? And so we got into a discussion, handed out cards and all the information about what we do. So it was kind of eye-opening, because we just recently, 2 weeks ago, put the magnets on the side of our vehicles, and you'll be able to see that display. But on the sandwich signs, in other words, we just changed one of the sides of our sandwich sign. We had the same thing on both sides, and this is at an angle where people walking by in front of your RV will see one side, and then when they walk back by, they see the other sign. And we said, well, they're seeing the same information twice. And so we wanted 2 advertisements. We wanted what we do personalized on one side, whether you're an RV inspector or you're an RV, and you see there the samples on the website here of other ambassadors that have made their own personal signs. And then on the back of our sign on the other side, we wanted to represent the ambassador, the Workamper News, and the NRVTA. And we put some little slogans under there. NRVTA was repair your own RV, and you can change these up as much as you want to. Workamper News, I just like the idea. Whereas when someone asks us, what is Workamper News? I said, we get paid to travel. And they said, really? And it's just earn income while you travel. It's really a door opener. Betty calls it her elevator speech. If you're in an elevator alone with someone and someone says, what is work camping? What is your elevator speech? What are you going to tell them? And I just say, we get paid to travel, and it opens up a whole world of conversation with those people. And but these signs we've talked to All-Star Graphics, and it's the Blairs. He was the sheriff of our parish at one time, and they have a sign company, and they've agreed that if anyone ambassadors want to order their signs from them, the cost for the sandwich sign, I call it, the A-frame, is $155 plus shipping. And then the magnet signs for 2, that's 1 for each side, is only $75 and plus shipping for that. And we've looked around, and I guess maybe if you went online somewhere you could order and everything, but just being able to where they send the proof back to you before they print it and make sure everything's okay. And they've just been good to work with, and they've agreed to help anyone with Workamper News or ambassadors with their signs. And you can contact them by email or by phone, and you will not get a recording. You'll be able to talk to them.
And one thing, Jody, that we are going to kind of take the A-frame another step past what we're doing now. We're going to get, I think they call it like little realtor boxes that we're going to attach to the side that has a Trifle pamphlet in there. So ambassadors, I'm going to be working with Jody, and we will be designing a Trifle pamphlet that you can make copies of and have that available with a note on the front that says take one. And that way, when they leave, if you're not there, then they can, have the information that's available to them. So we're going to be adding that, to ours also. And I also see where Jody has added on the website here with the A-frame information, some great marketing information and details that to help you whenever you get out there and start designing yours. She's given us some things to consider. So thank you, Jody, for taking it above and beyond that and adding that to help us. But it is amazing because people walk in campgrounds. They're walking their little fur babies all the time. And if we happen to be sitting outside and they stop, it generates that that conversation. And then we've got lifelong friends all over the United States that were generated by our A-frame signs. So we know the importance. One thing that we do want to make sure everybody does, and I know Steve Anderson, our president, has made sure that we do this. Don't just put them out whenever you get into a campground. You always want to check with the campground owners to make sure that they do not have any problem. And what we are finding when we do that, then that segues us into what work campers are, and then can educate, because there's so many of the campground owners need people to work and help them in their parks. And believe it or not, a lot of them don't know a thing about work campers. So that has generated some great conversations.
And besides the brochure, what I haven't told her this yet, but we're going to use the Workamper News membership page, and it'll be folded. It'll have our card stamped to it. We're also in the process of getting a rubber stamp. We are on our 2000th card that we ordered this week, and business cards, and possibly on those kind of brochures that are left inside that little box. Just needs to have a stamp on it with our name and contact information. And we don't necessarily need to give out all the cards all the time, So that's just one change that we're going to do.
So this is ambassadors. This is information for you, and go on Facebook, and whenever you design your own and you come up with other ideas, let's get all that information out on Facebook so that we can share this information and to our fellow ambassadors. And another thing Mike and I are doing, we have taken our list of ambassadors, and some of you have already received our emails, but we are personally sending an email to each of our ambassadors to check, number one, that you received your unique login information and that you were successful in getting into the RVing Network website, and also that your kit is up to date, your ambassador kit's up to date. We had met a family, we were in New Orleans, and Mike sat down with them looking at their kit, and their kit was outdated. So that's when we put them in touch with Dana, and to make sure, that they've got all the updated information on what they need to send out. So, Dana, speaking of you have any questions out there?
We've lost it.
No, I'm here. Annie is asking if we've considered developing an app.
Jody.
We've heard that a bunch, right?
Yeah. So, and I'm assuming that has to do with Workamper.com and like Workamper News membership. So we haven't developed specifically an app because the existing website that we have now is built to be incredibly mobile friendly. So it'll work really well within the internet browser on smartphones and things like that. So to us, it was kind of just like a duplication of what already exists. I mean, it is something that we're considering for the future, but it is more programming, and then you have this entity that you have to maintain, like in the store. So you have to follow like app guidelines and how apps are built, and keep up to date like your app and your website. So as a small business, like I know we have a lot going on, and it may look like, wow, Workamper News is this big thing, but we're not. We're just a small business, and programming costs is probably one of our biggest expenses. And so we have to kind of look at things too, like, well, our website works and it works really well on mobile. Do we have the money to afford to build an app and maintain an app as well? So it's something that we're looking at, because we are going to be probably moving into a rebuild of Workamper.com in the next couple years anyway. And so creating some kind of app as well is definitely in consideration of that. And something that you guys can do too, like if you're a member and you're like, well, I really like just looking at the hotline page, or I really like just looking at the resume builder, like on most smartphones, if you're on a website page in an internet browser on your smartphone, you can like save that website page as a little icon on your home screen. So that way you would just tap on the little icon and it would automatically open workamper.com to the Hotline Jobs page or the Resume Builder page or whatever in your internet browser. You're kind of creating like a favorite or like a bookmark, but in a different way. So that's kind of a more rapid, quick way to access something. But yeah, having like push notification for jobs and stuff like that. I mean, we do have the job alerts now with the emails, but that is different. So I would like to have an app, but it doesn't exist yet.
Thank you, Jody.
Yeah, as Jody said, you can link those. Those are something that Betty and I have done. And now, of course, the RVing Network, Jody has gone in there and gave us some quick links, which is the ones that we use, and we just set them up under Notebook. We have the 10 most links of Workamper News and RVTA under one section. Whereas if we want to sign up a Workamper for a membership, it's Workamper membership, and we touch it, it goes straight to the membership site. Same thing as the RVing Network does. The thing with my Notebook, of course, and we've got it on our iPad and everything, we don't have to log in order to send that link. So depending on how much time we've spent with those people, which one we want to go to first, and they're all about same quickness and everything, but where it's definitely it's almost like we have an app on our phone now, because we have the 10 most things that we use, whether it's an employer, Workamper membership, or if we want to go and do the home study course, we click it on, it goes straight to where they can purchase it, and business is done. And we have found we're of course working a lot of RV shows and everything. As we're talking to them, if we don't sign them up right then for that membership, there's just about a 90% chance you won't. When they leave you and they got through with all your excitement that you have done, and sometimes it don't go. Or so if we don't get that membership right then, maybe in a day or two we'll send them a note. It was nice meeting them, and we sent them another quick link. And we have picked up 2 employers in the last 3 weeks they didn't sign up then, but we sent them a quick link. It was about 2 or 3 weeks later, and they did sign up. So don't forget about them. One thing we were talking about during this downtime, it seems like nobody wants to go anywhere. So nobody wants to see you, because we don't supposed to be around nobody, but that's crowds of people. That's not one-on-one. So we're going to go back to some of the people that we've talked to. We always try to get a card. When you're talking to someone, either get a card from the employer or a campground, or if it's individuals we're talking to, and say, hey, by the way, what's your Facebook, or how can we get in touch with you down the road? And we keep that. We keep those in our phone, where they're saved. And so we're going to go back and revisit some of those people and send them some quick links to some interesting material, and it may be a membership.
But as you see on the RVing Network dashboard, Jody has brought up direct links to products.
Yeah.
So here again, it's familiarizing yourself with what we already have out there, and that's there to assist you as you are out and about. Well, I see it's our time's about up, and
let me say one more thing.
Mike's got one more thing to say.
Just remember that we are to have fun. And Betty and I talked about that when we got into the ambassadors, and we were already telling thousands of people about Workamper News or what we did on Workamping, and they came out with the ambassador, decided to pay us for that, and that's great. And we're getting the commissions, and we're still having fun. So let's make sure that we keep the fun in what we're doing as ambassadors, and stay in touch. Facebook.
Definitely. And anything else, Dana? Anything to add?
Ann says great, thanks. Good information. I learned something today about the commercial advertising.
Yeah, thank you, Jody.
Sure thing.
Yes.
Yeah, happy to help, guys. Happy to help.
All right, ambassadors. this is a wrap for this webinar. Thanks again for joining us. You've got our emails on all of our correspondence we're sending out to you. You've got our telephone number. So please utilize all of that. But most importantly right now is stay safe and wash your hands. Until next time, enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.